Are you surprised you were picked to win it again?
No, I think we've kind of earned that reputation. We've won three in a row and like five of the last six. We've got quite a few holes to fill because of the graduation losses, but we've got a lot returning as well, including some pretty good players. So I feel pretty confident that we can make a run at it again.
Can you build around Tatiana and Brianna? Is that the plan this year?
Yeah, the seniors with that kind of experience. Tatiana just keeps getting better and better too, which is the exciting part. Brianna as well. But we've got a lot of great athletes. We don't have to rely on one person to carry an offensive load for us, for instance, like we did Gwen a few years ago. I think it's a team that's pretty versatile and I think will be very balanced.
Young players you like so far?
Kat Kelly, tremendous arm speed, great jumping ability. She just catches you off guard. She's not tall, but she really flies and does some good things. Kristen Garrison is coming off an injury in high school and looks really good. I think she's going to factor in at some point for sure. And I like a lot of them, Adam. I think the key is just catching them up to speed. And can they be asked to do things that they can be successful at early? We don't want to give them too much and put them in a position to fail. So I think if we ask them to do certain things, put them in the right spots, I think they'll do pretty well.
Isn't your schedule kind of tailored toward that end in a way?
Yeah, we've got pretty good balance with the schedule, Jack. I think every weekend has an opponent that is certainly going to challenge us, or a couple of opponents that are really going to challenge us. I think there's matches in there where we may face a couple teams that don't have as much athletic ability as we have as well. So it's a good balance, and that's what we wanted to do.
Not only did you lose a lot from a production standpoint because of graduation, you lost a bit from a leadership standpoint.
Yeah.
Has there been a few players that have stepped up this offseason and kind of taken up that leadership role for you?
Sure. Ainsworth, Tatiana in particular, like we talked about. Megan Hart's really done a lot from a leadership standpoint. And I like some of the younger players. Leah Mosier, for just being a freshman last year, without a lot of experience, just has that personality. She's got that leadership gene and has done a lot for us as well.
I saw on social media this morning that Brielle had a surgery and
Yeah.
she won't be able to play the season.
Yeah.
What kind of loss is that for you? And is she going to be able to get a medical red shirt and be good to go for next year?
Sure. Brielle Stearns is a tremendous athlete. She was doing great things last year as a freshman until she hurt that ankle. And then unfortunately in the spring she hurt her shoulder and we just found out that she had a tear and she's going to miss the season because of the surgery. And that's a tough loss for us. Brielle's someone that certainly could have gotten herself into the lineup on a regular basis, but even if she hadn't, she was going to play, she was going to factor in, give us good balance. And she's a versatile player. She spent a lot of time in the middle in her life, but we moved her to the right a little bit more in the spring and added into the things she could do. So it's a tough loss for us, no doubt, but fortunately we've got depth at those spots.
Losing Audie at libero, is that the biggest loss from last year?
Yeah.
How do you see that position kind of shaping out right now?
It's interesting you asked the question that way, Adam, because we had the Conference Player of the Year, but that's obviously, people's respect for Ariadne and all the things she does for us. It is a difficult loss. We like our liberos that are returning. They've really improved. Hallie Razzo, who's an incoming freshman, has done great things so far. I think, as long as we understand we've got to share the load a little bit more defensively and can't just clear out of the way and let Audie go get it, I think we'll still be very, very good defensively. And hopefully, eventually, one day, one of those guys will become as good as Ariadne.
Do you like to have that preseason competition, though, at a position so important as that one?
Yeah, we're very deep. When you go down there and watch us practice, we've got, a bunch of them running around, and they have different strengths. Some of them, like I said, have improved quite a bit and have gotten themselves in position to compete for that libero spot. I'm confident that whoever we put on the floor is going to help us win games. They'll put up positive points.
Just one more, Coach. Just to touch on your non-conference schedule, which games do you look forward to the most, and which would be the most, challenging for your squad?
When it's early in the season, right, at practice, so you think all of them are going to be really challenging. You worry about all of them, but the Pac-12 opponents obviously are a big deal. We get Arizona on our home floor this year. That'll be a good match for our fans, obviously. That first weekend with Pacific and the teams we're playing there at Arizona State, I'm really curious how that's going to go. I think that's a tournament with a lot of parity, and I don't think there's obviously ASU with Pac-12 talent and their home floor could certainly be looked at as a favorite, but I think that's a weekend where anything could happen, and I'm really interested in seeing how that rolls.